You feel it, that fog in your mind when they speak. You question yourself more than you question them. That is not an accident. They built that fog, and you let them. They do not want you clear. They want you second-guessing. Every answer they give creates 3 new questions in your head. You walk away from conversations feeling more confused than when you entered, and somehow you believe the confusion is yours. It is not. Confusion is a weapon, and they wield it with precision. When someone wants control, they do not need your agreement. They need your doubt. Doubt makes you manageable. It makes you soft. It makes you stop asking the questions that would unravel their power over you. Think about the last time you challenged someone and they responded with a wall of words that meant nothing. You tried to follow their logic, but it twisted. It looped back on itself. By the end, you forgot what you even asked. You felt stupid. You stayed quiet. That was the goal. They answered without answering. They spoke without saying. They filled the space between you and clarity with noise, and noise is enough, because noise exhausts you. It makes you stop trying. It makes you accept that maybe you will never understand. And once you accept that, you stop asking. You stop demanding truth. Confusion is control without force. It is violence without a bruise. You cannot see it happening. You only feel the weight of it after. That heaviness in your chest, the sense that something is wrong but you cannot name it. That is the residue of manipulation. That is what they leave behind. They do this in relationships, in workplaces, in families, anywhere power is unequal, anywhere someone benefits from you not seeing clearly. A partner who never gives a straight answer about where they were. A boss who changes expectations every week so you can never meet them. A parent who twists your words until you are apologizing for things you did not do. A friend who makes you feel selfish every time you set a boundary. These are not accidents. These are tactics. And the tactic is simple. Flood you, deflect, redirect, overwhelm. Make every conversation so exhausting that you would rather stay silent than engage again. Make clarity feel impossible. Make you believe the problem is your inability to understand rather than their refusal to be understood. You are not confused because you are slow. You are confused because someone benefits from your confusion. Let that settle. When you are confused, you do not act. You hesitate. You wait. You hope things will become clear on their own. And while you wait, they move forward. They make decisions for you. They shape the narrative. They define reality. And by the time you catch up, it is too late to challenge it. Confusion buys them time. And time is everything. This is why they never answer directly. This is why they speak in circles. This is why they bring up the past when you ask about the present. This is why they make you defend yourself when you were the one asking the question. They are moving the target. They are changing the game while you are still trying to understand the rules. And you allow it because you were taught that confusion means you need to try harder. You were taught to give people the benefit of the doubt. You were taught that if you just listen better or think deeper, you will eventually understand. But some people do not want to be understood. They want to be unquestioned. There is a difference. Understanding requires honesty. It requires 2 people moving toward the same truth, but they are not moving toward truth. They are moving away from accountability, and they are pulling you with them. Every time you accept a non-answer, you teach them they do not have to answer. Every time you let them redirect, you teach them redirection works. Every time you apologize for being confused, you take the blame off them and put it on yourself. You become trained, conditioned. You learn not to ask. You learn to live in the fog. You learn that clarity is not something you deserve, and that is exactly where they want you. But here is what they do not tell you. Clarity is not something you find. It is something you demand. And the moment you start demanding it, everything shifts, because manipulators rely on your silence. They rely on your patience. They rely on you believing that if you just wait long enough, things will make sense. But sense is not coming, not from them, so you have to stop waiting. You have to stop accepting half answers and redirections. You have to stop letting them turn your questions into arguments about your tone or your timing or your attitude. You have to stop defending yourself when you are the one who asked the question. When someone cannot give you a straight answer, that is your answer. When someone makes you feel insane for asking simple questions, those questions are the right ones. When someone punishes you with silence or anger or coldness every time you seek clarity, they are showing you they have something to hide. And what they are hiding is not always a secret. Sometimes it is just the truth that they do not respect you enough to be honest. That truth is painful, but it is also freedom, because once you see the pattern, you cannot unsee it. Once you understand that confusion is a choice, they are making you stop blaming yourself for it. You stop thinking you are too sensitive or too suspicious or too demanding. You start seeing manipulation for what it is, a refusal to meet you with honesty, and you start asking different questions. Not what did I do wrong, but what are they avoiding? Not why do I feel this way, but why are they making me feel this way? Not how can I understand better, but why are they refusing to be understood? These questions change everything, because they put the responsibility back where it belongs, on them, on the person who is choosing confusion over clarity, on the person who benefits from your doubt. You will notice something when you start demanding clarity. The people who respect you will meet you there. They will answer. They will explain. They will care that you are confused, and they will work to clear it up. Because people who value you do not want you living in fog. They want you to see clearly. Even when it is hard, even when the truth is uncomfortable, they still choose honesty. But the people who do not respect you will resist. They will escalate. They will make you the problem. They will accuse you of being controlling or paranoid or impossible to please. They will twist your need for clarity into a character flaw, and that reaction will tell you everything you need to know. You are not asking too much. You are asking the wrong person. And maybe that is the real lesson here. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your patience. Not everyone deserves the benefit of your doubt. Some people have shown you exactly who they are, and confusion was the mask. You were not imagining it. You were not overreacting. You were not crazy. You were being manipulated, and the fact that you feel guilty for even thinking that is proof of how deep it goes. But now you know. Now you see it. And once you see it, you have a choice. You can stay in the fog. You can keep accepting non-answers and redirections and blame. You can keep thinking that maybe one day they will change. Or you can walk toward clarity, even if it means walking away from them. Because clarity is not always kind. Sometimes clarity shows you that the person you trusted does not deserve that trust. Sometimes clarity shows you that the relationship you tried to save is not worth saving. Sometimes clarity is loss, but it is also freedom. And freedom is worth the cost. They confused you on purpose, so you would stop questioning, so you would stop seeing, so you would stay. But you do not have to stay anymore. You can choose clarity. You can choose truth. You can choose yourself. And the moment you do that, the fog lifts. Not because they changed, but because you stopped waiting for them to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to create 2 videos every day. I am counting on your support. See you in the next video.